Okay, everyone, I'm just back here talking and talking and talking, and nobody couldn't hear anything that I was saying. Can you all hear me now? You can hear me now? Okay, then I can see you shaking your head backstage. Say that again. Okay, good. Everybody can hear me. Let me go ahead and get to the introductions because I know some people here for their lunch break or whatever. But I just want to say a little bit before I bring her up that I just happened to be in her chat the other day. Her name is Yo Thoughts. And I just connected with her so well. I wanted to have a conversation with her. So she said yes. So she over here. So we gonna have a little bit of a talk about Cheaper to Keeper. And I'm gonna bring Miss Yo Thoughts up so she can tell you a little bit about herself. But I just want to give a welcome to Miss Yo Thoughts. Thank you for coming. Hello.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Tashana, you might want to turn off your YouTube because I can hear it in the background. You double talking.
Okay, then. Can you still hear it? You can still hear it.
Oh, it's better now.
Okay.
Hello. No, not now. I can't hear it now. How
Okay.
are you? How are
I'm
you?
doing good. Good. How about yourself?
All is well.
Do I
I don't
got
know
like
why.
let me
Hold on. Can you, can you double hear me speaking? I hear two things here. Let's
no,
see.
no, I hear you clear. It could have been me.
Okay, so I think it may be my YouTube. Maybe I need to turn that off.
Okay, it probably was mine because I just turned off mine. So
Okay, there we go. I'm better now. Okay. Yes. Hi, everybody. Greetings to everybody in the chat. Greetings, Shauna. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm excited to be over here and
All
coming
right.
into your house. I wish I could bring you some gifts through the screen because usually when we come and visit people, we bring gifts to you. You know, when you go to somebody's house.
So it'll work itself out after a while. We'll be giving each other gifts. So
Okay.
it'll work
Yes.
out.
Yes, well, you guys, I'm just Yo Thoughts. That's my name, Yo Thoughts. And I'm on YouTube. I'm a wife of 43 years come this January. I'm a mother of two, a son and a daughter. They are grown. And I do my little YouTube. I do gardening, I do canning. I'm an author. I do a whole lot of stuff, you guys. I've had all kinds of jobs. I just had a birthday. And I just found out that Lashana and I share the same birthday, so that was exciting. But so I just turned 61 years old, and I'm on YouTube to help the people, to give them any information that I can give them, to help them go through this thing we call life a little smoother, you know. So that's all about me, guys.
Yeah, we actually met just the other day and found out. Is I'm giving feedback?
Not on my side.
Oh, okay then. Um, just met the other day and went on to her panel and talked to her, and then literally the next day found out me and her share the same birthday, same birthday, right behind each other. You finding out via because she got a post. I subscribed to her channel, and then I seen a post on her thing say her birthday was 2 days ago. I was like, wait a minute, my birthday. So we finding out
Yes,
things about each other as we go along.
right.
So, me and Miss Yo Thoughts had a talk, and I asked her what conversation did she want to start out with, and she gave me cheaper to keep 'em. I said, okay, then where we gonna go with this one right here? So I know we came with two different perspectives, but I definitely want her to give the perspective of where she come from with cheaper to keep 'em.
Okay. All right. Okay, here we go, y'all. Okay, so here's the thing. One of the reasons why I like to talk about relationships and stuff like that is because I see so many people having problems in relationships, right? And a lot of times we give up on our relationship. We'll just call it quits. And sometimes it's over the most smallest things. And we'll just give up on a relationship and go to the other guy or to the other girl, whatever your preference is, and try to start all over and make it work. But then come to find out, you find yourself that don't work either, right? So the reason why I'm saying this, the reason why I wanted to speak about this is because I feel as though we need to get that imagination, that stuff in our head that we were taught, that somebody's going to come in on this horse, just going to ride in this knight in shining armor, that's going to come and rescue you, and you're going to live happily ever after. That is not true. That is not true. You have to learn how to love the one you with. As long as they're not abusing you, tearing you down, and they are trying to work with you and have most of the qualities that you look for in a mate, then that's who you should stay with, in my opinion. So that's why I wanted to speak about that. What do you think, Tashana?
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask you this.
Okay,
Say you've been in a relationship before, but then the next one that you go to, it looked like it's the same thing that's happening again. How do I keep running into that same situation over again?
okay,
Like I got the same
yeah.
thing that I got before.
Well, I don't know about that, but I can tell you how you can do that. I've been in my relationship. I only had one man in my whole life, and that's my husband. He was my boyfriend, so-called boyfriend. Back in those days, there wasn't no such thing as dating. They could come over your house and play with your brothers and stuff like that. But when I got married, I was 18 years old. I got married at 18, and when I got married at 18, um, my husband and I, we moved away. He was in the service, so I married. He came and got me after he got out of basic training, and I married him. We had our own place, and I've been all over the world with this one man. And I went to school with him. My parents knew him and everything. But to answer your question, the reason why you find yourself back in the same thing, in the same boat when you choose somebody else, is because you have a type. Everybody have a type of person that they like. They have a certain quality. Like, your requirements might be the guy have to be maybe tall, or the guy might have to like some things that you like, so you really wind up picking the same type of person, but just with oh, I'm sorry, just with another quality that you see in him. So that's how you wind up doing it. That's why it's important to stay with who you have, because if you find somebody that have at least, say you have five things that you're looking for in a guy. If they got three of them, maybe three and a half of them, then that's the person you should work with. Because if you get out of that relationship and go somewhere else, it's going to be the same thing, the same qualities, but it's just going to be different.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I seen something. Yeah, Jules, when she said that, she did say unless they are abusive, but she did.
Oh, yes.
Jules in the chat asked though, where it was her question. She said, what if you choose to stay, even if it is abusive?
Oh, well, now that's a problem, sweetheart, because the reason why that's a problem is because although you choose in your mind that you may want to accept that, if you have any children with this person, daughters or sons, then what you're doing is teaching them what to accept. See, because by you being mama, you have to be the example. And most children look at what mama is doing, not what mama is saying. Mama could say, don't choose a man that's abusive. Mama can teach you all of that. But if you're in a relationship that's abusive, your child is definitely going to do what they see, not what you say. So, yeah.
Right. And I've seen examples of that really happening. It's like it they don't go by what you say. They go by the example that they've shown, that they've seen, and for no whatever reason,
Yeah.
you're in that situation and you don't like it. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna experience the situation that you grown up in, and then you're gonna have to make the decision that either I keep doing the same thing, or I try
Mm-hmm.
different to get a different result.
Exactly. Yes.
Um, again, I want to say hello to everyone, and this is Miss Yo Thoughts. I met her
All righty.
a couple of days ago, and this is our first conversation. We really don't know each other that well. We getting to
Yeah.
know each other, but
It's-
she was talking on some good things, and about the things that I talk about on
yeah.
my pages, like talking about the things you've been through in your life, in your situation,
Hmm.
to help the next generation or whoever might need that help. Um, and I just figured me and her could have some good conversations.
Yes,
So
because life teaches you. They sure life sure do teach you. And if you don't go through it, somebody else going through it. Yes.
yes, and I was telling Miss Yothos that when she first said that it's cheaper to keep her, the first thing that came to my mind was I've been in a situation where my mom was with a married man that produced three children, and I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like he went back, and not because she my mom, but because of the things that I seen. I feel like he went back to his wife because he felt like it was cheaper to keep her. And I say that because my mom at the time was not willing to put him on child support, but his wife, I think,
Oh,
there's
uh-huh.
a different situation and they have more children.
Ooh,
But by
yeah.
what happened later on, the questions that he asked after my mom passed away, he showed up in that situation was more concerning about my mom passing away more so than being concerned with his children.
Oh, wow. And
So
you
it
know
was
something?
like
Oh, this
he was going through something because my mom passed away.
right, right. And you know something though, Shawnee, that's a touchy situation. That was a touchy situation right there. Because sometimes they do stay with the other woman because it's cheaper to keep her.
Mhm.
But in actuality, do you know that you really don't love her one time? I'm talking about you don't love a person but one time.
Real,
Now, that real love, it's only one time. Now you can. Some people say, "Well, I love two people at the same time." You can love one and you can lust the other and care about them, but you only have that one unconditional love one time. Think
mm.
about it.
I'm trying. I'm just trying to read. You can
Yes.
keep you can
Oh
keep
yeah.
on talking.
Okay.
I know you
Okay.
can pull a lot of things from out of that. I'm gonna look in the chat
Okay.
and when I see
Yes.
something that I need to ask, and y'all ask questions too in the chat so we can keep this conversation going based off of what she's saying. And even I see somebody say they disagree about something in the chat, but we want the disagreement because you can't have a
Yes.
conversation. It ain't a conversation if everybody agree on everything. I think they was disagreeing with what you were saying, but I'm not sure because I didn't read
Yes.
straight. But
Yes. I understand. I understand.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can go ahead. I'm just gonna look through the
Okay.
chat and see.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I don't know whatever the disagreement. I don't understand, but it's okay. You can still disagree, like you said. That's fine. But yeah, you only have love one time. Like a lot of people, like I said, they'll say that they can get married a second time and all of that stuff. And I'm not saying that you don't care about that person. It's a different type of love. Because I don't know about people's spirituality and stuff like that, but if you look in the Bible and you know about Jesus, Jesus had this love called agape love. That was a love for everybody. It was like an unconditional love for everybody. Just unconditional love. Like for a homeless person or something like that, you show that different type of love. It's like a genuine love to love your neighbor and all of this. But when it comes to a male and a female, and when they're intimate, you only have that one type of love simply because even the spinal fluid from the male's back, that's where the sperm comes from when you have intimate relationship. That's where it comes from. So that's how you become as one. And when you connect with that person, that love of your life, that right there, you can marry Tom, Dick, or Harry, but you're gonna remember Joe, that first love of your life. You're gonna remember. That's the different type of love. Okay.
Okay, so I see in the chat that she said I disagree on that, and she said, "Can we let's speak on it?" So
Yes.
I forgot to ask you, Miss Your thoughts. Do you mind if one person come up at a time so that it do be
No, not at all. Bring them on. That's fine. Beautiful.
that's fine. Yes, you want to hit the link, or you just want to ask questions. You just want to ask questions in the chat. I don't mind dropping the link again. Hmm. And somebody else too said I disagree because it's so many people. Hopefully I'm on the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
She says
Yeah.
she in the tub. She a good conversationalist too, but
Oh yes.
she don't she disagree, but she disagree in a different way to keep the conversation going and not necessarily like disagree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. I
I
understand.
like Yeah, I like when she interact with her. A lot of people confuse her with like trying to create drama, but no, there's people she
No.
asks questions that people they thinking it, but they too scared to ask the
Scared to
question.
ask, yes, that's
Yeah,
right, and I like it. I like it. That's a healthy. It's good to have healthy conversations because if two people thought alike, this would be a crazy world.
oh,
Everybody individual thoughts. That's why I call myself your thoughts. They are my thoughts. It don't
right.
mean that they're right. It's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I see well, this is somebody who was a part of that situation that I was talking about, and they say, I can honestly say it was cheaper to keep her, but she was the one, and she don't mind knowing because she's on here too. But
Okay.
this is actually my sister that's saying this in the chat.
Hey, sister.
And she says she can honestly say it was cheaper to keep her,
Mm-hmm.
but she also had an experience with the wife. I
Uh-huh.
know I know what I oh, okay, she up. I'm gonna bring her on up here, but I'm gonna finish.
Okay.
Let me finish saying what I was saying. She
Hey,
was
hey guys, I'm gonna make it quick. I know y'all hear the echo.
Hello.
First off, welcome to Tashana's channel, and we're
Thank
excited to
you.
see her networking and everything. So it's good to
Nice
see
to
you.
meet you. Thank
I
you.
just want to know, like, what's the logic behind you saying, you can only love one person at a time? Like, I'm just like, I like that because you're making my brain move around. Not too many people make my brain, move. I'm like, what the hell she talking
Yeah.
about? You know?
Yeah.
So, what do you mean I can only love one person at a time? Because you saying if that person passed away, or that mean I'll never be able to love again? Is that
No,
like a
not at
soul
all.
tie? I don't. I got to disagree with that one.
Yes, right. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, if that person like I'm just saying, it's like when you fall in love with somebody, when you are really in love with somebody, you do love that person wholeheartedly. Like you'll do anything for that person. I mean, like how you know what love is. You know how you feel when you say you love your boo. I mean, you just love your man. You just love him, right? Okay. And if you were to pass the day of tomorrow, don't mean that you won't meet another person that you love, but it's a certain type of love. It's not going to be as deep as you did that first time. See, it's just
Well,
like when a man, I'm sorry, it's just like when if a man cheat on you and you get hurt and they hurt you because you caught him cheating and stuff, that
mhm.
hurts like you going to a funeral. But if you catch him again another time with somebody else, you catch him again, it's not going to hurt that bad. It's a different type. So it's a different type of hurt and it's a different type of love. That's what I mean by that. You see?
Well, okay, and the reason why I'm a little confused by this because sometimes you can love someone and they don't love you back. So you can't see that could only be my one unconditional love because it's the guys who I feel like they love me or thought we could have something, and I don't give a damn about it. We ain't finna get married. We ain't finna fool with you. None of that. But there's been some people I feel like someone married my husband, who I felt like should have been my husband, and I've been
Uh-huh.
married 2 times and divorced, and I felt like my high school sweetheart should have been my husband. And look, and tried to contact me a couple of weeks ago. No, sir. You're
And
wrong.
he
You live got
married.
these kids. I don't want you now. Well, he divorced, I believe. But don't
Mm-hmm.
come around me when you used up and you still got small kids. No, gone.
Right.
I'm done with you. But what I'm saying, I I can count on one hand how many times I could say 3 times I
Uh-huh.
felt love, and it's a love I don't even want to feel anymore. And that's the sad part, because that's the love that make you sick, make you can't eat. Like you
Uh-huh.
want to hear from them. You willing to do
Uh-huh.
anything. You will even damn near die for them. I don't want because I
That,
want that kind of love. I'm scared of that kind of love.
uh-huh.
But
Uh-huh.
I know three situations
I'm
I
gonna
felt
ask you
that.
this. How many times have you felt that? Is it with the same person or different people you felt that way about?
I
You
could
know what I'm
say
saying?
3 times, but 2 times for sure. I mean, because the way you ask me now, I'm saying 2 times. I'm talking about love, love.
Yeah, like love, love, love.
Yeah,
Did they feel
I'm
the
talking
same
about
way?
waiting
You think?
around for you. I want you to get yourself together. I know you're dogging me, but I'm still gonna hang on to you, kind of love. Or
Mm,
you know,
mm,
it's been two
yeah.
times, and both times, first time. That didn't work out. And that was young love, but that's still a love. Like, this is somebody who I always wonder about, years later. I wonder how he
Mm,
doing. Is he happy?
uh-huh.
When you think about, are they okay? You know.
Right. That's the first love. That's the first one. That's the first
Mm,
love. See, that is the first love. I don't care how many more you had after. You
yeah.
still, that's that first one. That's what I'm saying about
Yeah.
you only love one, like one time. You only love that one time. That's that love. The other stuff that you're talking about, I understand that you said you've been in other relationships and you felt like it was that sick kind of love, that kind of love. But the
Yeah.
feeling more mutual because, like you said, sometimes you didn't feel like they was loving you as hard as you was loving them. See,
Hmm.
so everybody have a different perception of what love is when it comes, when in relationships. Everybody call love something different. Some people think it's loving somebody if they go to work, bring home money, take care of your house. They think, and they think that's love, but that's not.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So we gotta
So,
figure out
so,
what
what, so,
love
so what
is.
does it mean if you don't, if the one that you saying, the one love you got, you missed it, or you don't ever get into a relationship? Does that even count? Because I thought you were here. That's my one love, and this is my husband, somebody I'm with. That's how I got my kids with. So you saying my one love is that almost sounds like my one chance is gone. It's flew out the
Yeah.
window.
Well, don't give up on it, just because that just won't for you. Because you never know what God has for you. Maybe that's not the one that you were supposed to be with. Maybe that's somebody else's person that they're supposed to be with to have children with or create, to procreate
Right.
things. Right. So sometimes you have to look at it like that. That wasn't your children's father. That wasn't supposed to be your
Mhm.
little enemies. So see, but that
So
don't
I'm
mean
following what you're saying. I thought you were saying as if you only got one time to love. If you don't get that love, life is over. Everything you could shrivel up.
no, no, darling, not at all.
Okay.
No, as long as you
When
got
Okay.
she
breath in your body, you got an opportunity to love and
when
show
she
Okay.
love.
said that, I was thinking the same thing, and that's why it's good to have the
Oh,
conversation and let you
Yeah.
explain because
yes,
we have to be
yes.
asking because the same way she was, VS was just explaining that I done had
Hmm.
that kind of on my knees in the bathroom, throwing
Right.
up because
Yeah.
I
Her.
and dying, and Lord knows he wasn't none of my husband,
Yeah.
and that's a story for another time that I would love
Mm.
I know that's right.
to
Mhm.
put groups on.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
that conversation can go really, really far. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I, I also had when you said that instead of asking the question, I could have stayed and stuck with it because it sounded like you were saying once you fall in love that one time, and just
Yeah.
exactly like she explained it
But
though.
then you look at this too, in the qualities of the man that you have now will have some of the qualities of that man that you had before. Not all, but it's something in there that you can go to and you will see that they have something about him like it was in it. Different it's different, but it's some of the qualities that you like. You can
Hmm.
find them in a man. That's because that's your type. Uh-huh.
Well, I believe that too because the same man, the that same man that I'm talking about, I see some of those same qualities in the man that I did marry, but I see them
Yes.
in a better way. And even things that
Yes.
I seen with that guy, I
Hmm.
didn't. He was being very honest with me.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's like when they say if somebody telling you who they are, listen to them.
Believe him?
I
Yes.
didn't, I didn't believe him when he said because he said if certain things didn't work, didn't go this way, then I'm going to do that. I call
Uh-huh.
his bluff. I didn't
Oh,
listen to him, and so
uh-oh.
oh, you ain't gonna really do that, and
Right.
he actually did it, but then you'll tell the story later on, and it'll be like all of it was his fault, but no, then I have to
Mhm.
go back and look at it and take accountability that no, he
Yeah,
told me those things, he said it, and I didn't
yeah.
listen to what he was saying when he said it.
Yeah, sometimes we do that. Sometimes we want to turn a blind eye to what they're saying because we want what we want. You know what I'm saying? And we
Right.
think we can change. And a lot of women, you got a lot of women that think that they can change a man. Oh, they can change him. They can, you got some women that think that they can build a man. They can just well, he got one or two qualities. I'm gonna build it, I'll make him do this, I'm gonna change him to this. Can't change nobody. A man can't change a woman, and a woman can't change a man. It is what it is. The only way that a man and a woman would change is through their life cycle as they growing and maturing physically and mentally. Hopefully they would grow and y'all can grow together. But yeah.
I
Hmm.
believe Kiara said, "What if you meet a good?" She got a couple of questions, so we're gonna take.
Okay, okay.
What if you meet a good young man but you don't like most of his ways.
Oh, well, that young man is not for you because you use the word most, meaning that is not a whole. He's already he got too much in the bag right now. If it's most, if he don't have one, he don't have at least say look at 5 qualities that you like about him, and if you got most, which is 4 qualities, that's not no good, and he only have one quality, that's not the guy. He's not going to change. That's
Yeah, the
not
bad
going to.
outweighing the good.
They're not going to change. God knows they're not. They may say I'm gonna change for you. You may see change for a couple of months or so, maybe a few months, but they still gonna go back to what they are because that's a part of who they are, and they telling you who they are. See?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she said being a know-it-all, talking down to you, not being as complimenting.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. You gotta see. Here's the thing too. I bet you any amount of money, if you knew anything about his upbringing when it comes to his parents, his father, preferably. If he had a father in the house, I bet you any amount of money he witnessed some of these things or these characteristics, and he has brought that up into his adulthood. Those same type. See, so he's not going to change. I told you, children, they do what they see you do. So I bet you any amount of money, his father or whoever raised them as that male, they felt the same way. Hmm. Something adopted. You know what I'm saying? So no, he's not going. No, if I were you, he would just be a friend, and that talk down and all that stuff like that. No, no, you could do better. It's out there for you. Believe that it's out there for you. This is what y'all need to know too. This is a great big world. This world is a big world, and I've been all around it. And I'm telling you, you don't have to find people in your hometown. It is a great big world. So don't think that you're limited to this little small town or spaces that you're in. It's love out here for you. Believe me, it's out here, and you can get it. Yes. Hmm.
All right, she back via tub. This
I
is getting good because I'm feeling something rumbling. I'm feeling something rumbling. You say
Okay.
you've been married for 45 years.
No, this January coming up, it'll be 43 years. 43.
40, baby, 43 for that's a long time.
Long
And
time.
congratulations.
Thank you. I
Um,
still get butterflies. Go ahead, baby. I ain't gonna lie to
oh,
you. I still get
yes,
butterflies.
we got a
screaming,
brother.
It's the
Yes.
truth. I swear it's the truth. I can't lie
See,
to you.
and I like to hear that. And when you say it, I feel like you're being real. You know, some people be faking. Like I
I'm
feel it.
real, baby. Mm.
Yeah.
We done been through some
Now,
things, hard
mm,
times, lights off, water off, no gas,
come
had
on now, Miss
McDonald's.
Your
We done been
Thoughts.
through some things. I'm not here to fake the funk. I don't lost houses, I don't bought houses,
mm,
I don't filed
mm,
bankruptcy, I don't have repossession. Honey child, let
mm.
me tell you, me and this man been through it all, but we still
Together.
here. Together. Yeah. I got
But,
chills just thinking about it. Go
n-
ahead, baby.
now I just want to say I don't know if they make them like him because
No, they
women
still make
women
them
in
like them. They still make them like them. You
Yeah,
just,
they do.
yeah, they still.
They here.
Where you
They
from?
here.
I can't let you down like that. They still make them out
Mhm,
there. The right one, the
Yes.
right one is there.
That's
Mm,
right.
mhm.
right
I
one is
promise
Well,
you that.
I want to mention a life experience as far as my mother and father was married for 23 years.
Uh-huh.
And one thing, it was a long time where me and my brothers growing up as children, we was telling our parents, especially our mother, it's time for you to go. It's time for us to, like, we were begging for our parents to get divorced. It was
Oh,
domestic violence. And my father's a pastor. My mother was in politics. Both were educated. I grew up with my mother and father in the home. We had a house, car, money, you name it. The picket fence, all of that. We had that.
yes.
But
Uh-huh.
it was a lot of stuff that went on inside the home. And my
Mm,
mother would never leave because she said, I don't like when I hear people say just stick it out. It's gonna work
uh-huh.
out through the good and the bad, but you don't know how much damage it caused for the children. My
Yes.
family is damaged. I have no relationship with my brother, and we were born and raised in the same house together until we became adults. We have no relationship. It's
Mm,
almost like staying away from each other is like we don't exist, out of sight, out of mind. You don't have to think about the memories. You know what I mean? And I know people
yeah.
got way worse stories than ours, but
Mm-hmm.
I got some pretty bad stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I know people say keep the marriage going, stick it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm for when it's time to go, you should go
Me
because it's
too.
not just your life.
Yes.
Sometimes you can't just say, I want my kids to be in their house or I want my kids to have their mother and father. No. No, I can have my mother and father, y'all not be together. Because
Yes.
one of memories that's imprinted in my head was I never it was hard for me to understand it as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing my dad hit my mom with a belt. And I just
Mm.
couldn't wrap my brain around a grown up getting hit with a belt. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it was
Yeah.
getting whipped like a child, but it was a slash across the back. And I
Mm.
could not wrap my brain, still can't wrap my brain around it. It's traumatizing.
I'm sure that it is traumatizing. And don't mistake me. No, if you're in a relationship, if somebody's putting their hands on you, they do that one time. It's time to go because see, a leopard don't change his stripes. It just gets
Yeah.
deeper and harder. So no, if you've been in an abusive relationship and somebody's hurting you or threatening you to children or anybody else, that is definitely not nobody you want to hang in, try to fix them. No, no, ma'am. No,
So
ma'am.
what is your deal breaker then? Because you're speaking about how long your
That's
marriage
the
been
deal
together, and
breaker.
sometimes people say, "No, we've been through it all. We sticking it out. Yeah, I
Yeah.
may accept cheating 1 or 2 times. I may accept this. Well, he only beat me one time. He went through marriage counseling. He did this, and it's like sometimes that stuff build up, and you don't understand how it affects the kids, and that's
I
what's wrong
do.
with the nicknames. But I'm enjoying. I'm really enjoying you. I love your energy.
Yes, yes, thank you. But yeah, you got some good. That's some good talk because, right? You don't supposed to stay in a relationship of nobody with nobody harming you, touching you physically, and even mental abuse is bad. Like if somebody's always lashing you with their tongue, like messing with your self esteem, or always calling you out your name and disrespecting you in that way. No, no one is supposed to be in a relationship with someone that don't love them, that don't show them that they love them. Don't tell me you love me. Show me. And showing you is by being able to respect you, respect the boundaries. And if you have a disagreement with your mate, before it get all out of proportion and all of that stuff, and y'all calling each other names and hollering to the top of your voice, just let them know you have a disagreement. It's ways to handle disagreements with your partner, and it don't have to be physical. It don't have to be raising your voice. And a deal breaker, no hands. That's a deal breaker for me. My husband has never touched me, and and you got a lot of women that fight these men. I've never touched him. We've never put our hands on each other unless it's lovingly. See, that's a deal breaker. See, yeah, that's crazy. But people do that though. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. You know. But some women think that if a man hit them, that they love him. Or he showed me love, and he can come back and say he's sorry, bring her some flowers or candy, and she just as happy as she need to be. Some women, some people like that tumultuous relationship, but it's only because it's a taught or learned behavior from where they came from. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that, and I'll be trying to be a little careful with my words, but I'm a oh Lord. Sometimes I'm honest to a default, and because you
Yeah.
talk about this, I don't want to be sitting on the panel and pretend like I haven't been in that situation with my
Mm-hmm.
husband, even though I don't have to tell like the whole story, but I'm saying
Right.
we've been in a situation before. Now the way and I could sit here and try and explain it away, but I ain't gonna make no excuse for anything. But what
Mm-hmm.
you said is when you come from a house where when you was growing up and people tumbling over you or almost smothering you to death in several different fights,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you grew up knowing how to do, and
Yeah.
it'll be your first response when you do try to do something.
Yes.
And I'm saying it happened, I'm not gonna make no excuses for it, but there is also a response to it that let them know um
Yes. Yeah. I see.
thi-
Yeah.
this ain't how this gonna keep going, whether it's calling the police or
Right.
whatever, but not saying that it can't happen at all. And that's just the end all be all of it, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm somebody that's been in, and I'm not saying like we've been in it where we done fought 5 and 6 and 7 times. No, that's not it. But
Right.
when
Okay.
I'm just addressing the part of where you say that's like the deal breaker. And yes, it
Yeah.
can be a deal breaker, but you can not be in that situation and not do nothing about it, because nothing means I
Yeah. To
accept
approve.
that
That's right.
I
That's.
accept that, and this is
Mm-hmm.
what we gonna keep on doing. No,
That's right.
I definitely
That's
ain't for
right.
that. You have to do whatever is not working for you. You have to do something different
Mm-hmm.
to
You
make
do.
sure that
It
you
makes a whole lot of
you
sense.
know,
That
you
makes
gonna
a whole lot of
continue to
sense.
do it.
Yeah, yeah. But see, when I say that, okay, so that's never happened in my relationship at all.
Good.
But
I'm
okay,
glad you didn't
that has
experience that.
never happened in my relationship ever before because this is what people can do. Let's just say this. Let's just say when you have people that's dating before you even get married or
Mm,
or living together, whatever. When you going on a date, to me, these are conversations that need to be had before you get into a relationship with this man
right.
physically and live with him and all of that. Go to his mom's and father's house or whoever raised him. Get to know the sisters and brothers and stuff when he around his family and how people act in their family. Get to know all of that before you call yourself. Go have him in your house and y'all gonna be putting finances and stuff together and living together and getting married. Once you get that out the way, at least you have an idea of what you're gonna have in home. See, and also verbally share with him that that's a deal breaker if you put your hands on me. I wouldn't, that's one thing that I won't be able to accept, or whatever your rules are. Let this person know ahead of time. And you need to be quiet and listen to what he's saying because he may tell you, don't put your hands on me either. Because if you call the police on me anytime, that's a deal breaker. Y'all have to get these things just like you go shopping for your little shoes and we get the wigs and we get the eyelashes and the cheap clothes, I mean the expensive clothes, try to find a sale. We go to the grocery store, take the coupons. Look, when you're going shopping for a man, you need to take just as much time to do that as you do when you're going shopping for yourself. Then you know what you have or have an idea of what you have. Don't just go willy-nilly running with this man because your heart fluttering and your stomach flipping like you're on a roller coaster or he pleases you good. Don't do that because you can set yourself up for fail every time. How I know? I've been around this world and back again, around this moon 61 times, 61 years, and I've seen it all. Not that it been happened to me, but for everybody around me, I've seen how it worked and it never worked out well. So that's why I'm here to tell you.
Okay.
Sorry to take over, but I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So
I
I
just
see
get excited.
we got a man. We got a man in the chat. He
Okay.
say, "Why
Okay.
are imperfect people looking for someone perfect?"
That's the point. Ain't nobody perfect. That's why I said about these qualities. I said if you got 5 qualities in a person that you like, it's 5 that you like in him. And if this person got at least 3 of them, the other 2 you may be able to work with. Ain't nobody gonna have all the qualities, not a male nor a female, because we're all imperfect. And don't think you're gonna change them. Love the one you will with and deal with what you have and have conversations with this person so y'all can handle and cohabitate in the same space together lovingly before you bring little babies up in cheer. That's all I'm
That's
saying.
what I say too. When you start off relationships, we don't ask questions no more. We in love with the body that's in front of us, or what they
Yes.
may be doing, or the car they driving, or the money they make. You be in love with everything else. You ain't interested in having that conversation. Then when the conversation fall out the closet later on down the line,
Right.
you
Yeah.
all in for the wrong reason. So and I'm not talking about anybody else's situation. I'm talking about situations that I done been
Hmm.
in before, because I didn't go in having a conversation. I actually thought I had done the same thing with my husband, but the
Yeah.
one thing that I did do different is before when I met my husband,
Hmm.
um, Lord, if he ain't for me, move him out of my life
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
first thing.
Yeah.
I didn't say it to him, but that's how I when I
Yeah.
first met him and saw him, Lord, if when I knew he was trying to say anything to me, that was the first thing in my mind, talking
Yeah.
between me and God. Lord, if he ain't for me, move him out of my life.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's how I do with everybody too.
I know that's right. Yeah, you have to protect your space and your peace. But I'm telling you, we do need to do more, taking more time and knowing or looking for the mate, searching for the mate. Than we do just going, like I said, willy nilly, just having sex with him, and just because he fine or she has a good body. Oh, and gentlemen, when by and by, after you get that woman, you're gonna age, she's gonna age. See? So don't be looking at the outside. If you know that she's a beautiful person on the inside, why she got this banging body that y'all be looking for, and you know she's a beautiful person on the inside, that's never going to change. But what is going to change is that outside. So make sure you're not concentrating on that outside of a person. Even the females, don't y'all think about this outside stuff because my husband knew me when I was 16 years old. Let me tell you something. Don't you think that they don't remember that? Even though I'm 61, don't switched around now. I'm 61, but don't you think he don't remember that? Don't you think I'm not in his heart? He know how that look and how that is and how that was and how that hey, don't you think that? Because that ain't happening. So I'm just telling you, just don't think that that woman gonna have all the, everything ain't going south as she get a certain age. And you guys, y'all get them little bellies and everything too, them little muscles. They start, come on now. It's not about the outside. It's about loving somebody from the inside out, loving every part of that person. Okay, because after a while, who knows? You may have to wind up taking care of them, and each other. Yeah. So hey.
Right. All right, Matthew. There in the back, I ain't never seen you before. You ain't gonna come up here and pull nothing. This. All right, then come on through.
Miss Yo knows who I am.
Sweet Matthew.
Okay,
Hello,
good.
Matthew. Sweet
In
Matty.
any place I see Miss Yo, it's a good place to be. So, Miss Tashana, you're definitely subbed up right away, and I'm watching.
Oh,
Thank you very much. I
that's my
appreciate
Maddie.
you joining the panel and coming over here and conversating with us.
Yeah, Matthew
Absolutely.
is one of my longtime subscribers when I first came on this thing right here. That's my little buddy right there. My little Maddie. That's what I call him.
All right.
Thanks for coming up, Matt.
I
Appreciate
appreciate.
you.
I just wanted to tell you, Miss Tashana, lovely work, and me and many more are on the way. So I just want to let you know that real quick. And Miss Yo, I love you. I'll see you later.
Yeah, I love you. See you later, Maddie. Thanks for coming.
See ya.
Thank you.
Oh, he's so sweet. I got some sweet people that's following me. They are so sweet. Day one little followers. By me. I didn't even tell nobody I was over here. How you know I was over here, Matt? I didn't even.
Well, I guess they found me.
I
And I told you I didn't know how to add you in the thing, so they literally looking for.
Oh, I forgot to put the
Yeah.
post out and everything.
If I got any of my moderators, if you know how to drop Miss Yo thoughts,
Yeah.
her page and everything, we gonna definitely advertise it. I'm gonna figure it out later, even if I have to make a post about it later on. Right now, I
That's
just
so sweet.
I'm being honest. I don't know how to work all of these different things. We working through it and
I
learning.
don't either. I don't either. I don't either. I don't either, Tashana. I don't. I just come on here and just run my mouth. That's what I do. And
I,
talk to anybody that click the
same,
daggone link.
same, but I have some lovely people helping me out in the back. But I see he also said I believe this. You can't love somebody the way you want to love them. You have to love them the way they want to be loved. We are often selfish in relationships. There
Yeah.
is not enough melting into each other.
That is, oh boy, that was beautiful. Yeah, that's so true. That's why you have to be so attentive to the other person, like to know what they like and know what they want. You have to pay attention to him or her. Y'all have to pay attention to each other. And sometimes they don't have to say nothing, and you should know how they feel. That's how in tune you're supposed to be with your other half. Because why? You are as one when y'all get together. It is one because you are into each other when y'all are transferring that body fluid. That's how y'all become one.
Mm,
You are one.
all right.
See? Yeah, that's really true.
Yep.
Hmm.
I believe that because in the beginning, I think in the beginning, with my husband, it started out as that, even though I was saying my prayers, but I didn't know a different way to do it. I was
Yeah.
still doing what I know how to do. And if anybody know where my beginnings came from, you would understand why I went through the
Yeah.
thing that I've went through. So
Hmm.
you go into it doing almost starting out the same way you started every other mistake that you did when you kind of tweak it
Yeah.
a bit as
Yeah.
you go along to make it make sense what it is that your ultimate goal that you're trying to get to.
Right.
So somebody said I now say it doesn't matter what a man has or does. It's the way he treats you, what he
Yeah.
does for you, and if you are attracted to him.
Yeah. It's what he do for you, what y'all do for each other. And see, and another thing too, we have to a lot of people I see what happen in relationships too. Like say as a man and a woman in the house, okay? And maybe they in separate rooms and the woman is bored. She wants to go out or she wants to do something and she feels like the gentleman, her mate is just bored. He's satisfied maybe watching the game on television or something like that. And so she gets upset with him because he's not paying her no attention and all of this stuff. You know, that's crazy because what you're doing now is looking for that man to bring you joy and happiness. That man is not responsible for your peace, joy, and happiness. So, I
Amen.
so what you have to do to that man is let him understand. Okay, you watching the game? Well, I feel like going out with my girlfriends to have a day spa to the day spa, or I might go to one of my girlfriend house to sit down and chit chat over a glass of wine or something while you watch the game, and I'll be back in a couple of hours or something. And there need to be an understanding or whatever. He might feel the same way. Give each other the space that you all need. Because you are married, do not mean you're not an independent person. You don't
Right.
have to be bought at the hip. Your life still should go on. You still should have your hobbies that you like. Don't get so indulged in a man that you just all gone crazy behind him. You know, and he breathe or he pass gas, you there to smell. Look, don't do that. Everybody need that space and be their own individual.
Now
Okay.
I see Miss Jules in the chat, and she's somebody who I talk to on a regular too. Now
Okay.
you see what I put up here, Miss Jules say. I hear her say it a lot, and I don't agree with it. But let's address that. She
What
say
she
she too old because she going on 70 years old.
she too old for what?
Um,
You
or
broke
she don't. I'd rather her tell you her own story because Jules can hear the
you
pain,
broke up a
and I
little
think
bit.
she can explain it better herself.
Okay.
Yeah, Jules, can you? I hear her say it quite a bit. Like it's almost like she in a place of where at this time in life you can't. There is there is no hope.
No
And
hope.
I could be wrong in thinking that she feel that way, but it's that's what it sounds like whenever Jules be talking.
She's not married. Miss Jewel's not married. Oh, she's coming up.
She
Okay.
has been before, I think twice.
Okay. Okay.
So, um, my brother say sometimes we get love mixed up with situations. If every if every if everything is good, it's all love. But if tough situation arrive, then love is questioned. Love is consistent. Situations change.
That's true. He's right about that. People can get it twisted with that. Yeah.
Hey
Hello.
Jules, thank you for coming up.
Hi, Shauna, my friend. How are you today?
I'm doing really good. How about yourself?
It started out rough this morning, but it's going
Yeah,
okay.
I understand. I was there to see it, but
Yeah,
but
it's yeah. But with me, uh, Shauna knows. In fact, she knows even after yesterday. She knows even more about me um, than than most. Um, yes, when I play the age card, it's not a card I'm playing. I've been down the road twice.
Hmm.
Um, I'm
Excuse me.
not going there a third time.
but
And
why not? What make you say you're not gonna go down that road again?
because I told you, Shauna, on especially this last marriage, which was 27 years, um, it broke me. It broke me. It he broke my spirit. He
Mm.
broke my self worth.
But
Um,
can I say why because I know you more I know you a little bit more than the people that's in here listening right now. And the reason I ask you that because sometimes you say it and I don't speak on every single thing. I let you, get it out whenever you're saying it. But I think right now we in the right situation to like address it. I because I feel like if you ain't looking for that anymore, then you give up on dating, you give up on everything. But in some aspect, you still there's a love that you're looking for if you still continue to date, but you just standoffish because of what happened to you before. I could be wrong now, but I'm just saying
well,
when I hear
I don't, Shauna.
it on it,
I respect.
I don't
I
necessarily agree with.
I respect. Uh, all right, you. I spoke to this I think it was yesterday. I don't remember what day it was. Uh, it may have been Sunday. I don't know. And anyway, when you, it's not just a fact of being in love with someone, okay? It's the mutual respect for each other, and along with that, it comes with loving someone correctly. I mean, you want to be loved correctly, and you have to be able to love the other person, your partner, correctly. I can't do that anymore. I can't. I'm too damaged. I'm too broken.
Yeah.
And I've had the opportunity. I mean, I even had, I told you guys this, I even had somebody from 30 years ago that was in my life that found me Memorial Weekend, and just miraculously, he's like, well, let's pick up where we left off. No, you can't go backwards. That's how I feel. Number one, you can't go backwards. I mean, I did meet him for dinner, and no, there was no spark, but you can't go backwards. But I can't go forward either, because it's not fair. I had someone approximately 2 years ago, a really nice guy. He works for the county. He's financially established. He had a home. This man would have given, I dated him for like 2 weeks. He would have given me the world. I could not give back to him what he was willing to give to me. And I broke it off, and I told him, you deserve better than me. Do you understand what I mean?
I understand. Oh, you speak. I understand exactly what you mean. So, okay, well, so to know that is a beautiful thing. But again, it don't stop you from like having like going on dates if you feel like it or whatever like that. But yeah, because if something happened to my husband today or tomorrow, I would never ever marry again, ever, never, because I know I love hard, I love deep. I put all of my body, mind, body, spirit, and soul into my relationship with my husband, and the other person would be cheated. They would not get my full attention. They would not get none of that. None of that. But I will respect them and have, say, hey, how you doing? Go out to the movies or something like that. But as far as anybody, me messing with somebody, like really being into somebody and telling them that's not going to be who I am. I already had that. I already got that. And can't nobody top that. And I'm going to keep it right there. That's how I'm going to do my thing. But
But
everybody each his own.
But you see, you experienced that kind of love. You received it, and you reciprocated it. Okay.
Yeah.
Can that be duplicated? I do.
No.
I have seen it. Well, I have seen it in other people where it was duplicated because their first relationship was so healthy. It was a healthy relationship. So they were able to go move on and find someone equally, as healthy. But in my case, both of my marriages, especially the second one, was extremely unhealthy. And I allowed, and I was in love with this man. I just want you to know, even the good, the bad, and the ugly, I was in love with this man. I'm not saying the entire 27 years were bad, okay? They were not. There were very many good times. Was he in love with me the way I was in love with him? No, he wasn't. He was very disrespectful. I mean, it was mental, physical, emotional abuse, the cheating, the drugs, the alcohol, and taking off, for a weekend, or one time he left for a month. I always took this man back because I don't want to delve in too deeply. My point that I'm trying to make for me is, it was so unhealthy, and I'm so unhealthy, that I cannot give what a man deserves to be
Understood. Understood. Yeah.
I can't do it. And I'm not going to fake it. I'm not going to do something because I could live however many years I might have left, I could live comfortably. I'm not going to do that. And at this age, is it even worth it? It's not. I mean, I'm going to be
Each
70.
his own. You know, it's each his own. Yeah, you do it. This is your life. You're supposed to live it the way you feel. You choose to live it. This is your story. Your life is your story. You are the author of your story. You can say in the beginning. You can say the end. Only you can do that. So
Well,
if that's what you feel, so be it. Nothing wrong with that.
Well,
so
I put my opinion on what Jules said because that's what we do in all time. But I say that about Jules because I have this thing of the people who I'm around when they say that they don't deserve X, Y, and Z, or they can't
She breaking up a little bit. Oh,
gave so much of ourself. It ain't to Oh, I'm sorry. I done blanked out.
yeah, just a
I
little
paused
bit.
over here.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. The weather going up and down over here.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm gonna just say, make it short. Whenever people are around me and they have conversation with me, I don't beat myself down so much and saying what I'm not worth. It's
Yeah.
like it's when somebody is around me, I refuse to hear. I'm on the other side of what you worth, but it's hard for me to accept from somebody else telling me that I'm worth something if that makes sense. I
Yeah.
can I
Yeah.
can I don't receive Jules can tell me that, but I don't receive that for her. But
Yeah.
somebody can turn around and the very thing that I don't believe for myself, it almost make me I told you this, Miss Yota. It
Yes.
almost make me teary-eyed to accept
Yeah.
that somebody's
Mhm.
saying something good about me. So
Yes.
I'm not saying that Jules don't really feel the way she. It's just that it's just like I hear a lot of people that say, "Well, I'm never going to do this," and I don't receive that for people.
Yes. That's what she said. Yeah.
I don't receive that for nobody, so I'm not being disrespectful in none of those kind of ways. It's
Right.
just my mind. What wasn't given to me, I tend to give it away to every. I give it away to
Anything's
everybody.
possible. Anything's possible.
yeah,
Yes.
well, someone in the chat earlier when you first started the stream said that why are we looking for perfection um in our partners? And my response was, I was not looking for perfection. I was looking for someone to love me the same way that I loved them.
Hmm.
The same type of love.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I love hard.
Yeah. Hmm.
And yeah, I don't know.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I was not looking for perfection
Hmm.
because none of us are perfect.
Never gonna get that. No.
Right? You're not going to
Never
get it.
gonna get that. No.
But I've got. Shauna knows. I put a wall up. This
Yeah.
wall is not coming down. My heart, what's left of my heart, is mine to own, and I'm not giving it. I'm not giving it up. And
I hear
that's
you. I
that's
hear you.
but thank you. I love Shauna. You know how much I love and adore you, and I just love this stream. So I'm going to drop down and let somebody else come
Thank
up.
you. Nice to
Thank
meet
you
you.
for coming up.
Nice to meet you as
As
well.
always.
Yes.
Um, this is a good question here. Somebody said, how can you be happy if you are not happy with yourself? That's a big
You
one.
can be. How can you be happy if you're not happy with yourself?
Right.
You can be. You can be. You're trying to fool yourself. You're telling yourself you're happy. You try to fool yourself. You know. And happiness mean just like love means something. Mean different things to different people. So does happiness, right?
Hey,
Because some
Momo.
people are not happy unless they have money. Hey, Mo.
Hey,
Hey,
Hi.
Mo. Hey, Monique.
How
I
you
forgot
doing
to tell the
today?
people I'm over here.
hey, Tashana.
Hi.
Hey, yo.
Hey, Momo. How you doing?
Hey, chat. I'm doing all right. I've been listening in. Oh my goodness, Tashana, you got it going on over here, girl.
Yes, we've been talking. We've been chit-chatting. Chatting it
I,
up today.
I saw you speak on Miss Yo's channel last week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so she texted me, but I'm just getting on my break, so I came up here. I decided I wanted to put in on the conversation.
Go right ahead. It's a pleasure to have you. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Okay, well, I was married for 13 years, and we were
Mhm,
together for about 16, 17 years.
mhm,
And I feel like I'm not going to find. I'm sorry, we got a divorce, but I feel like I'm not going to find anyone like that. Like, I don't even know if I want to get married again. As far as I heard, let's see, Miss Jules that just came up here,
yes.
she was speaking on her two marriages. I kind of feel like the first time is this is the height of what I feel like I'm going to get. Now, I can
Mhm,
get married again, but I feel like it's not going to be the same. I'm not going to get the same potency that I got from the first time. You know what I mean?
mhm. Uh-huh.
So it's like he
Um,
set that first one set a standard for
Uh,
things.
that's what it sounds like, don't it? It
Sound like
sounds
yes,
like it.
he
it
set a
does. Look, a shitty standard. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for cursing.
I know, but I'm just saying though, because I had the wrong thing. It's like you because you said you won't get
Well, yeah, I feel like, dang, it's nothing better than this because it was a lot of stuff going on. It was, the infidelity part was not the deal breaker for me. It was more of what it represented because I
Oh,
felt like we were a team in this
mm-hmm.
life, and it's our job to watch each other and protect our square. And I feel like certain ways that he went about cheating
Mm-hmm.
compromised our square. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? So that's
Mm.
what ultimately led me to leaving. And
Mhm.
it was like, all men cheat, and you're not gonna. That's what he used to say. You're not gonna
Yeah.
find a man that don't cheat. Every man cheat is just whether you catch them or not. And I never believed
Uh-huh.
in that. But now that I'm out here, all I'm running into is people who want to solicit you for sex, pay for sex.
Oh, wow. Oh,
People,
Lord.
it's a bunch of crazies out here, and I feel like if you
Mm.
find somebody that you click with, um, you should try to, you know, make it work, and it's not always going to be neat and clean, you know.
with your
Mhm.
with your marriage. Did you have conversations and everything like get to know them like really before you jumped in or how did that go when you first when you met him?
Okay, well, I met him. We actually met when I was 13, just turned 13 years old. So I knew him. We were friends before for a couple of years before we started dating, and we had our child when I was 16, our first child, well, our only child, and I we got married at 18, um, and
Yeah.
we were married for 13 years. So, I mean, I knew him. He was like my best friend, and so I think that was
Um,
another layer to the
Okay,
oh
about 5 more questions popped up in my head when
oh
you
go.
go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Tana. Yes.
and I'm asking so based off of where I come from. But
Yeah.
at that time when you meet somebody at 13, because some things happened to me when I was 13, but I didn't make um good decisions. So I'm asking you when I'm asking that I would be thinking about it from like maybe like your 20s or something question. But
Yeah, yeah.
you met him at 13, and I'm sure if you was okay, you met him when you was 13, you was friends for a long time, your mind changes a whole lot between
That age and that age, yes.
Mm-hmm.
there. And so it's like the questions you would have asked back when he was 13 and the things that make sense to you now didn't make
True.
sense to you back then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So I don't even feel right asking you that question because at that time, yeah, people you thought was your friend when you was 13 years old, you look back at them now and you be like, oh hell no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. Oh
You know,
yeah, you
you
do. And you do
yeah, you
though.
see them different. So I'm saying,
Hmm.
maybe the age that you were at back then versus what you know now.
I'm
Um,
33 now.
yeah, that would be a because you got a lot more wisdom than you did
Yeah.
with the decisions that you made back then. So I was thinking more like you were a little bit older
Oh,
than you.
no, and you know what? When you say that, I think that is also was part of the issue,
Hmm.
um, because we grew into different people as we
Yeah.
became
Uh-huh.
full-fledged adults, and
Uh-huh.
he's
And
he's
this can
he.
lead into a whole nother conversation because this is what I be talking about when they be messing with them children.
Hmm.
You
Uh-huh.
don't make children make decisions, and I'm gonna put this out there and I'm gonna leave it alone because I know this.
Okay.
You don't get children to make decisions for a lifetime when they 7, 8, 9, and 10,
Mm-hmm.
12, 13, even 18 years old. You don't get them to make decisions
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
based off of the age they in because they don't know what the hell they want.
I know
Yes.
it.
Yes. Yes.
And that's
I
all
can
I'm gonna
agree.
say on that because I know
Yeah.
it's gonna come up another time. We'll be talking.
Yeah, because
I
that's a good conversation too. Yeah,
I
uh-huh.
know.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm.
I could totally agree. I could totally agree. And look, I'm finna throw another monkey wrench in. He's
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead. Throw it
he's
in
3 years older than me, so it
there. That
was
ain't bad.
when we were married. It felt like I didn't know anything when we were out. He did all the work. He paid all the bills.
Yeah.
I kind of just was able to be at home and be a mother, and I
Mhm.
didn't really know anything about the outside world like that. It's kind of like sounds kind of weird, but he kind of raised me in a way,
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
and,
Uh-huh.
and put into me, and that gave him a sense of uh, ownership beyond that of what a
Yeah.
husband is. He feels like he crafted me, like I actually
In charge
made.
of you.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
made you. I made you.
Oh
So
Lord.
as I got older, I started feeling like I wasn't my own person. Well, I was coming
Mhm.
to my own person, but it seemed like he wanted to use me as a device or a tool. Like, ooh,
Mhm.
Like a trophy.
Yeah,
yeah,
and control. Yeah, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Well, you live, you learn.
hmm?
You live,
Absolutely.
you learn. That's for sure.
Yep. So that was ultimately the reason because I realized I was gonna come to a point where it was either I can sacrifice myself to this marriage and
Mhm.
or I can step out as me, a person,
Mhm.
and see what life brings and see what I could accomplish and what I could do, So I took that route, and that's where I am now.
So it's a beautiful thing. At least you got a beautiful daughter out of it, right? And
Yeah.
his daughter, y'all, they still have a nice relationship and everything like that. So sometimes things don't work out for the two people as long as you can agree to disagree and still be able to have, be able to raise children in a nice way. Hey, it's still a beautiful thing. Some
And
came out of it
I,
good.
I believe that every person that enters your life, they set a standard in your life. Whether is one that say, "I'm gonna follow behind that," or "I'm gonna do the opposite of that," because
That's
Yep.
right. You daggone right.
it didn't work out good. So, yes, I do believe that whatever he left there, he set a standard in your life, and
Mhm.
that's what you looking for, something higher. And if you're not, you always should be, especially if it wasn't completely beneficial to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Shoot, ask Dr. Shauna and Dr. Your thoughts.
Uh,
I didn't want to skip over. I didn't want to skip
Messing
over
with you.
what Miss Mary has said, and it's further back in the chat. But Miss
Okay.
Mary said I can so relate to Miss Jules. My first husband would eventually ill me, and the second emotionally did. I took my oath very seriously. I have zero desire to be in a relationship, and it's okay for me right now. But
Yeah.
I can also respect her because I can respect her point blank period. I don't want to take that away to what she say. But even
Mhm.
when I see that, I can still see with all the things that I went through. I always choose to see
Yeah, the
I I believe
optimistic.
things. Yeah, I believe things for people that they don't believe for their
Yeah,
own self. But I also take into consideration there was somebody had to believe in me in order for me to be where I
right.
am right
Uh-huh.
now. Because if it
Uh-huh.
was dependent on me, I'd had already beat myself into the ground. So
Yeah. Yeah. My grandmother, my great grandmother actually would listen to the story of the young woman that you just read and the other lady that came on. I forgot her name, the one before Mo. And she would say,
Jules,
Miss Jules, and she would say, that person been hurted. Meaning, like they've been hurted, like it's like she'll say hurt it, like it's a deep hurt. That's what my
right.
grandmother say. And sometimes people that do be hurt like that, or are such a deep hurt like that, they really don't have any desire but just to live the rest of their life peacefully and do what they choose to do because like she was saying before, that she feel like they damaged so many people to damage them with things that they did to them. So it can kill a person's spirit. You really have to be careful on how you treat someone, whether you like them or don't like them. You know, because you can see some of the results of people really having a bruised, not bruised heart, but yeah, a bruised heart. Yeah, yeah,
Yep. Medina said experiences alter who we are and who we become.
and it,
Fact.
and it, look, I can talk about old people in my family. My grandfather say, "Life a teacher. That's your college,
Yep.
right there."
Yep. And no
Yeah,
matter what, I always have said that people that I talk to, whether you had a good parent or a bad person, they taught you something.
you can learn from even a fool.
Yeah, you
You
can
can
learn.
learn from
You
a
Yeah.
can
fool
learn
what not to
from
do.
them. Yes.
Yes, yes,
I always say that, and I say, and if it's the bad, if they did a lot of bad things, they still taught you something. They taught you what
sure
not.
did,
Yep.
sure do.
So take
Yes,
what it is that you can take out of. I always go into every situation. It could be the messiest of situation. I always try to get
yes,
the message out
that's
of
right.
any mess that is present in front of me.
Mess in the
Me too,
message.
Tashana. Me too. This has been
Yep.
beautiful. I'm gonna have to leave
Mr.
y'all. I hate
Shauna,
to go. Dang, go on it. Go ahead, Mo. I'm sorry.
uh, I just want to add something to Miss Mary, and then I'm going to jump down.
That's
Um, when she said that her second husband killed her emotionally, I had got the same feeling too, because with my marriage, I was so in love with the person, and I was like deep, deep, deep. The first time that I guess I call him cheating, it kind of broke my worldview and changed the way I view the world. It kind of took away my innocence in a sense. So I
yeah,
can kind of relate to what Miss Mary was saying with that too. I feel the same way as too because I would never open myself up in the same manner again.
yeah. Yeah, that
But
makes sense though.
I heard Miss Yothal say that she have to go and do something, but we can continue to carry on the conversation. But me and Miss Yothals definitely will be having more conversation. The next time we conversate, I'm gonna go over
Yes.
on her page and we gonna have a discussion
Yeah,
over
and
there.
it's funny because hey Mo, I don't mean to tell you this, but last night, me and Tashana was trying to, and her son, we trying to figure out how I could share the page so we could run the live stream at the same time I was doing all that. It was fun though, but we still made it work, didn't we?
Yeah, we had to do we did what we had to do today.
Yes, yes,
thank
it
you for
was
having
fun.
me up here, Tashana. And I'm
No
gonna jump down
problem.
in the chat.
I love people to come up and have conversation. I love having people that disagree with the things that we saying because it
Yes,
helps open the conversation up
yes,
more so that we can understand other people. And I was even telling Ms. Yo thought that over on TikTok, like there's so many people over there that have so many different opinions. We had a great disagreement over there today. With
really.
a guy telling his truth, saying that he made 7 babies and he don't care nothing about none of these hoes and none of the babies either.
Wow.
Oh,
If you
wow.
hear that and you won't
Ooh,
respect what the man say, you will go and you got women that pretend like they didn't hear or he doesn't move in that way. And so it's like, so imagine where that conversation went to
wow.
this morning. Over
Ooh.
there. And you know,
I need to join TikTok, Tashana. I gotta get a TikTok thingy.
you
Maybe
know
TikTok.
when your energy is focused on what the other thing you have to do is like my mind was going 50 miles. I was like, Lord, I got this interview this morning. I can't get so
Oh
wrapped up
yeah.
in this that I can't focus on what we
Yeah.
got going on over here. So it is definitely interesting, and I wish you would have been over there on that panel
Oh
because
my goodness.
he was in his
Shame on
30s.
him.
He was in
Oh,
his 30s, but he was being a lot of people disrespect people because they telling you we sitting there having a conversation. He was the only one willing to come in and
tell his truth.
tell his truth. 7 different women let him make 7 different babies, and he
Mm.
said there is no emotional abuse when it comes. And I told him, nope, I disagree with that. There is emotional abuse if you don't, because he say he don't take care. He said that man said, "F those children." I swear he did.
Oh
He
Wow.
Lord.
literally he spoke it
Oh
out loud in his with his mouth. And
wow.
I'm
Wow.
asking him, when you show up in front of these women, do you give them that truth? Because
Wow.
if he is giving them that truth and they still accepting him, then who the problem is?
We teach people how to treat us.
You absolutely right. So,
Male and
and he
female.
got
We
much
teach them.
respect from some people, but some people went ham on him. But I had to
Wow.
respect him because he coming here telling you the truth about who he is. He got 7 different baby mamas. He say he don't wear no condoms. He telling you 500 things in one.
Wow. Wow.
So,
Wow.
you know,
See, and we wonder what's wrong with this generation. There's a whole lot of demon seeds running around here.
and
Hey,
he asked,
y'all
he
better
said,
be careful.
if I died and left my kid behind, that would be the same thing as if I didn't. I say, no, then you have now died and left them with an emotional abuse. Not that you caused any less harm. You was emotionally abusing when you left, and now they still gonna look at you the same way. You were emotionally abusive
It's
by
like you
not
said, Miss
being.
Shatana, it's a whole lot to go with that because think about the 7 children, what they would think, my daddy didn't love me and all of this kind of crazy stuff.
Right.
It's like that's a whole like you said, that's a whole ball game right there. Grand day.
Yeah, we gonna have to. We don't.
Yeah.
This gonna be that's another
Okay.
conversation. But I just wanted to tell you about a little
Yeah.
bit that was going on this morning, and
Okay.
VS was the one hosting it over on this discussion. It was a deep, deep conversation.
Oh
Deep.
wow. Oh,
So
I
yeah,
gotta well, I'm gonna have to get out of my house more often because this is the first time. I don't come
I,
out my house like talking about it.
it was amazing having you over here, and
I
I
enjoyed
understand that
too.
you need to go, and we'll be talking behind the scenes.
Okay, thank you so much. I thank you, panel, chat for participating and asking questions. Y'all have a beautiful day. Thank you, Tatana.
You are so welcome. Thank you again
Okay.
for coming.
Have a good day. We'll talk soon.
All right then.
You gotta let me know how I get out of here. Let's see. You know I'm always messing with this thing. How I do it?
Okay, then I'll take you down then.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
Did you do it? No, you ain't do it, Tashana. You don't know what you.
Okay. I took she down from off you down off the panel. You behind you in the you in the back, Miss Yo thoughts. Okay then. She's down. You all I'm gonna just look through the chat and just see some of the things and see what was said. But yeah, I enjoyed this panel, and I please go over and follow Miss Yo Thought. She have a whole bunch of different conversations and everything. I enjoy her conversations, but just going through the door over there. And hearing the conversation that was going on over there. And she kind of channel almost like this one right here. But you all go over and join her, subscribe to her, and I appreciate everybody who showed up in this chat and made this live what it was. But I'm gonna go back and read through some of the comments just to see, maybe I can say some things about what was left. He had no shame. No, he didn't have no shame. Children always first to feel the pain and hurt the worst. Wake up, women. Yeah, they absolutely do, and that's why I couldn't let it go. That what he was saying, that it doesn't cause any emotional damage. It absolutely does. Um, I want to settle down, but these women be hitting my DMs up every day. Why get married? Ooh, David, that's a conversation too, because I think it's I always think about things coming from the man's way and the woman's way too, because I got sons out here, and everything that I think about, I always think about it in those terms, that You have to be careful how you answering to these things because you got to put your son in those situations, coming from a woman's point of view. Um, oh, thank you all for going over and subbing to Miss Yo Thoughts. Um, David, so you might not be completely ready just yet. Life with Tashana, was the guy up front with the 7 women about not wanting to participate in parenting. Uh he said, of course, he didn't just go up to them and just say to them, um, eh, that's what he is. And he said, and another important thing is to say is he said most of these women he slept with them on the first night. So nobody ain't take the time to get to know who he was. So that's another big thing. So but again, y'all, this was a good live, and I know a lot of people that went on probably came on their lunch break and went off of their lunch break. But I want to get ready to end this live until next time. I might come back live again today. You never ever know. But if another topic come up, but yeah, me and him wouldn't play well together. I hear that, Miss Mary. Me and him wouldn't play well together either. Yeah, but he was very bold with it, and he made the conversation. What he said was very controversial, but he opened the conversation up to be real, and we need more real people like that. Whether we don't like their opinion or whatever it is, we need those kind of situations. So to get the answers and things, and to be able to look at things in a different way. Absolutely, Sandra K. At least he was honest. The only thing I had a problem with is he don't tell the women when he first meet them, and they fools too. You have to look at it on both sides of it, because he's saying that these 7 women that he had these 7 children with, he slept with them all on the first night, and I heard they over here on YouTube somewhere too. So I don't know. I didn't get to stay because I had this live scheduled to find out what was going on, but I even forgot what his name was, but if I remember what his name is, I would even said it on here, but okay then. Yeah. VS, are you still in the chat? Do you remember what his name was? He got the reaction that he wanted. Yes, he sure did. He came across as a troll. He came across as a troll, but he did end up coming up there and showing his face. House of Hypocrites was his name. And I think some of the baby mamas and stuff like that started coming out because they say he over here on YouTube, and they started saying that he got some other things going on and everything. But I wasn't there to be able to finish the conversation. But I can promise you this will be a good conversation at a later date and time. And I would love to have him over here on my panel so we can get some questions and stuff going. But until then, we're gonna see if we can get House of Hypocrites over here on YouTube to have a conversation, And until next time, I appreciate you all for coming over and showing me love. Y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And don't forget to go over there and join Miss Yo Thoughts too and subscribe to her. Until next time, I will see y'all then. And come over to TikTok and have some fun with us too over there. It's some good conversation over there on TikTok. See y'all later. just came back to say right quick, David, that's another conversation right now. I see you. Next time. A group of women together is way more dangerous than a group of men. Y'all drama. We're gonna see you next time. Bye, y'all.